Tired of the same old team building exercises that don't actually build trust? Nothing wrong with doing a fun team building exercise, but building deep trust requires ongoing intention and attention. So in this video, I'm going to dive into what might be considered unconventional methods that go beyond the surface to foster genuine, lasting connections and to unleash the true potential of your team. I'm Beth Strathman. Welcome back to my channel, and let's get started. Let's look first at what trust is and why it's important for teams. Trust comes from having positive experiences of another person over time. It's the belief that you have about that other person, in fact, that they're competent and have integrity, so that even when they occasionally mess up, it won't change the way you believe you can count on them. And vice versa. You hope that that other person trusts you too. So trust is developed between individuals. So for clarification, there is a concept called psychological safety that's slightly different from trust. Psychological safety is when you believe that the rest of the team trust you, that they won't humiliate or ostracize or punish you or think poorly of you if you mess up. Instead of being between individuals, psychological safety happens between an individual and the rest of the team or the group. So back to trust. If team members don't trust each other, productivity will suffer, communication will be hindered, and the team will likely struggle to achieve its goals due to a lack of collaboration and accountability between individual team members that naturally are better with trust. This is because the lack of trust leads individuals to keep to themselves. You'll see it as someone working in isolation by themselves, someone avoiding healthy conflict and hesitating to ask for help. All of these things can eventually drag on the team. Now, there's a problem with traditional or conventional trust building as indicated by PwC's 2024 trust survey. They found a widening trust gap at work. 86% of business executives think the employees' trust is high, but actually only 67% of employees say that they have high trust in their employers. This gap signals there's something off in the way organizations approach trust. So here's the rub. Traditional trust building tactics often backfire. Forced social events and team building exercises often feel inauthentic and can even create tension or awkwardness instead of creating connection. This lack of connection can lead to decreased employee engagement and productivity as team members feel pressured and undervalued, contributing to the rise of the phenomenon like quiet quitting. This is because conventional trust building activities often ignore the deeper dynamics that develop lasting trust, which are vulnerability, purpose, communication, and shared experience. So, here are 3 steps you can take to build that and deepen that lasting trust between team members. First, embrace vulnerability and authenticity. Creating a culture of trust and of open and honest communication is essential for building genuine trust. And to be open and honest, people need to be authentic and vulnerable with each other. One way of showing vulnerability is by encouraging team members to share their strengths and weaknesses even, and maybe even some personal stories. Harvard professor and researcher Amy Edmondson has found in her research that teams that fostered vulnerability reported significantly higher levels of trust and collaboration. So by creating a safe space for honest feedback and constructive criticism without judgment, team members can feel heard and respected, which leads to stronger bonds and a more collaborative environment. In short, more trust. Next, cultivate shared goals and purpose. To do this, clearly define the team's goals, vision, and purpose, and ensure everyone understands their individual contributions to the overall team success. Then empower team members to take ownership in their projects, aligning their work with the shared vision, goals, and purpose. This makes them feel more invested in the team's success. Make sure to regularly celebrate milestones and achievements, recognizing the collective effort of the team. This approach helps foster a sense of shared purpose and shared responsibility, leading to increased collaboration and a stronger team dynamic that will ultimately create greater trust. Third, promote open communication and transparency. It's important for trust that you keep communication flowing throughout the team and allow people to understand what's behind your actions and decisions. In fact, a study from MIT Sloan found that teams operating in high transparency cultures reported stronger trust and had higher performance. Why? Because people don't just feel informed in these environments, they feel respected and included. And it's easier to trust when you feel like you're part of the group. So implement regular check-ins and feedback loops to allow team members to voice their concerns and share their perspectives. This creates a culture of transparency as you share information openly and honestly. Use collaborative tools and platforms for transparent communication and information sharing. This ensures everyone is on the same page and feels appropriately included in the decision-making process. In conclusion, building trust is a continuous process that requires patience and consistency. Be sure to celebrate successes and learn from setbacks, acknowledging that trust is built through genuine interactions and shared experiences. Continue to emphasize the importance of active listening and understanding and respecting each other to foster a culture of trust and collaboration within your team. If you want to help build your team's trust in each other, let's talk. Click the link in the description to schedule a free strategy session with me or visit my website, also linked in the description, to learn how I can help your team bolster their relationships with each other to build more trust. Thanks for watching, and keep leading with clarity, courage, and curiosity.